Could you survive the Sky Palace? Welcome to Bookish Quest and Body Reps, the series where I don't just review the book. I give you a workout based on the book that would help you if you found yourself sucked into its pages, living in the world, because we don't just read books, we live them. Now, The Twisted Throne by author Danielle L. Jensen is the fifth book in the Broken Kingdom series. If you haven't read the first four books, you're going to want to, but don't worry. The six books are broke into duets that follow each couple in a marriage alliance pact. So our first two books are about the first couple, middle two about the next couple, and then our last two are about our third and final couple. Now, I thought the first couple was by far my favorite. The second one was okay. I think the second couple was okay when they annoyed me a little, if I'm being honest here. But this one, this is gonna give that first one a run for the money. I guess it makes sense. This one person in each couple is actually twins. If you haven't read the series yet, I'll give you a little synopsis. So, a commander who bled to defend her people. Yes, that's right. The woman in our marriage pact is not like your mediocre princess. She is a commander in the army of her kingdom. Warrior, badass, yes please. Anna is haunted by two beliefs. The first, that she is failed to protect Ithacana from invasion. The second is that in saving her homeland means leaving it behind forever. The Marindanians left Ithacana in ruins and its people impoverished. So when the wealthy kingdom of Harendelle claims Anna as a bride for its crown prince, she is prepared to do whatever it takes to gain influence as the future king and control the gold that comes with the throne. Yet, Anna swiftly discovers that beneath the beautiful surface of Harendelle's court is a dark underbelly of schemes, duplicity, and the pursuit of power. The only individual who holds himself above politics is not her future husband, but his infuriating half-brother James. And as she begins to question whether Harendelle is the ally it claims to be, Anna finds herself drawn into a forbidden attraction to the wrong prince. And deadly plots thicken and tighten around her. Anna must decide whether saving her people will be achieved as a bride or as a blade. Now, that's right. If those are the tropes you like, we do have arranged marriages. We do have a little bit of a love triangle, but not everybody likes everyone in this triangle. So it's like an arranged marriage love triangle. And again, if you missed it, what I love about the series is that the girls in this series, the women in this series, are not damsels in distress. In fact, in several parts in the series, the person in distress is actually the love interest, the male love interest, and she has to save them. I need a new word for damsel in distress for the other side of that gender related. I don't know what be. We also need like a gender neutral term for that, okay? Now, if you have one, drop it below. But with that being said, like I mentioned before, the first couple in this, she's like a secret assassin and has been trained her whole life to like secretly like take out and infiltrate the kingdom. I really liked her. I liked her a lot. Okay. And Anna, oh Anna, my poor sweet child. I want you to know that I went into this book series, and I did apologize to her after the fact. My sister-in-law had been reading it and had sent me a message and was like, hey, you should read this. I'm about to read the last one. And she said something about like, there's another book coming out, but a bow. And in my head, I thought the bow was going to tie it up nicely. That's not what happens. There's a cliff. Okay. It is not a straight plunge down cliff, but there is a cliff at the end of this. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to start at the beginning. If I was training for this book world, Ithacana is an island nation. They hold the bridge where all trade from north to south goes, and they make their money off like the imports and taxes and tariffs that keeps their people alive. But they have been ravaged by war at a point in this book, so they need a lot more money than normal to help rebuild and get their kingdom back to where it was before. One of the first things I would do if I was training for this book is start swimming, because if you live on an island nation and the only way to get back and forth is a boat, being able to swim is going to be a good idea, especially if like Anna, those waters are infested by sharks. I will tell you one of the like big powerful pieces in the beginning of this book is when the sharks are kind of seen as protectors of this island nation, and Anna saves someone's life by just holding her hand out against this shark that's probably the size of her. And like, no, this one's not for you. Now, I do see a lot of confusion about this online and several people I've talked to who think this is fantasy. And while I could kind of see where that comes in, I would say this is more like a modern book. Like, there are not really any magical elements besides the superstitions of the people. So, like for example, with Ithacana, they believe that like the storms and the storm season and the sharks protect the island, but they're not really magical. And they do have like herbal remedies, but they would be things that we would think people of a similar time period would be able to do. They would have a medicine woman who was healing with herbs. So this, I don't really understand the fantasy vibe. There is no like actual magic in this book. There is just superstitions about what things mean. Now, if you've read the first two books, you might be thinking, everybody is like peaceful now. Why are we still having a third marriage alliance if they've all. Here's the thing. The plot twist at the end of this book is going to tie back into the first series and like blow your mind. Absolutely blow your mind. Now, another workout that I would do if I was is climbing the Sky Palace either takes donkeys because horses can't make the climb, or you have to walk up the spiral ramp. So I would be doing a lot of incline walking. So not just traditional walks, maybe up a hill. If you want to be extra, some stairs. If you have a ramp home, hiking would probably help a little bit, but like higher elevations because they are up in the clouds. I will say, as a Midwestern girl, I was also super excited that this book has a tornado. Okay, you don't see that a lot. Like, we get tsunamis, we get hurricanes. Like, what book has a tornado in it? And I mean, honestly, so for my Twister fans, there was a tornado. I don't know if the cows spun in the tornado, they left that part out, but there was a tornado and a cow, and my Midwestern heart is happy. Without further ado, like I mentioned before, we are going to get a whole workout for this book now because Anna has gone from being a commander of an army and a nation where girls wear pants to a traditional court setting where you have ladies in waiting and fancy gowns and jewelry and maids that help you get dressed. She has to be a little bit more stealthy and hide her daggers and be able to get them and learn to fight in skirts. So our workout for today is going to be a lot of like stealth style strikes because we're going to imagine ourselves in a ball gown and be people around us. We are just nothing but pretty little faces, but they are wrong. We are violence incarnate. I'll see you on the training fields. Welcome to the training fields. For these workouts, we're going to pretend that our daggers are hidden in various places on our body while we are in our fancy court clothes. People are going to think we're just looking pretty, but really we are here for violence. So first off, tricep extensions. You're going to pretend that dagger is right up in your hair. They don't know that you're coming for them, but you're going to fully extend that tricep right into your enemy, and you can do lethal damage by pointing in, eyes, throat, up the nose, whatever you're feeling, or you can do non-lethal damage, hit them with that hilt when you're trying to knock them unconscious and make them realize, like, I should not be messing. For our next move, we're going to pretend those daggers are strapped to our legs. We have hidden pockets in our dress so that we can get them out. You're going to squat low and then just bring those straight up shoulder with the head, almost like you're going right for, again, either their kidneys or their lungs. Next, we're going to do a crossbody. So maybe they're to your right or left. You're going to grab from one hip to the other and extend across, kind of like a wood chop. Next, we're going to pretend that they're in our sleeves. We're going to drop them down, fully extend in a frontal raise, bringing those daggers up. Again, blade side up if you want lethal damage, hilt side up if you want non-lethal damage. Now, we're going to pretend that we're maybe doing some knitting, some painting, again, with those hair daggers, straight up overhead. Maybe they've come up behind you and they want to look down your dress or something. Right to the face, my friends. Right to their face. And then finally, we're going to finish up with, you're asleep and they are sneaking over your bed, and you are just going to grab that dagger under your pillow straight into their throat, kidney, or. And just to finish up, have some fun. Grab your daggers, hit your dummy. I like to use a skeleton, but whenever you feel earth again with lethal, non-lethal damage, you can hit with the hilt or the blade. Enjoy your workout, and we will see you next time.